Yeah, but what was it? Okay, what was I gonna say again?
So we were talking about Hood, DMC, and you were saying fun fact about Virgil.
Yeah, when his voice actor initially do went in to do his lines for Virgil, he was just coming down. He was either just coming down or just recovering from a head cold. Either way, he was sick. But
Yes.
because that's why Virgil sounds like he's a member of the Lollipop Guild.
But yeah, the print failed, so I'm gonna have to fix that later because I don't have enough time. It the print adhered to the FEP sheet instead of the print bed. The FEP sheet is the thing that separates the vat of resin with the UV light.
Ah,
Sucks. You there? You're deathly quiet.
yeah. I was just waiting for you to say something. Honestly.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Okay. Just got a thing done on the game. Got a gold medallion. Can be sold for a high price. Makes you more likely to be targeted by enemies in battle.
Yeah.
Ah, stranger. I'll buy it at a high price.
What was that motherfucker from Resident Evil that sells you shit?
The merchant from Resident Evil 4.
That was the vibe you gave.
I was literally quoting him.
Really?
Yeah, he says that whenever you bring him like a really good, really expensive treasure, like, oh, stranger, I'll buy it at a high price.
I legitimately could not remember any of the specific lines. I just remember the voice.
I gotta replay Resident Evil 4 at some point.
That's the one with Leon and shit.
Yeah, well, the second one with Leon.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, for a while, it seemed like they were doing like an alternating kind of thing with Resident Evil games. Because the first one was about members of Stars, you know, Chris and Rebecca. Wait, no, Chris and Jill, I think. Yeah, Chris and Jill. Then it was then RE2, and then RE3 was, I think, no. Yeah, yeah. Then Resident Evil 3, I think, was Jill as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 4, Resident Evil 1 was Chris and Jill. Resident Evil 2 was Leon and Claire. Resident Evil 3 was just Jill, and then Resident Evil 5 was Chris again. With Jill also being there in backstory and other such things.
And who was in Village again?
That was Ethan. He was his own separate thing for 7 and 8. And I will still refer to Resident Evil Village as Resident Evil 8. Listen, here's the fucking thing. When you literally highlight the Roman numeral 8 in the fucking word!
Oh, gods.
Like, I'm tired of people. Like, I've seen people say Resident Evil Village isn't Resident Evil 8. They said so. Like, motherfucker, it's in the word. They highlighted V-I-I in the thing. They highlighted a part of fucking L to make the second I in 8. Like,
Yeah.
It's right there. It's right fucking there.
Use your eyeballs, dudes.
Like, I'm
I don't
right,
know what
you're
to tell
wrong,
you.
deal with it. I'm right
Yeah,
once again, as I usually am.
Yeah, I don't know what people like on the one hand, like it is important to take into account what the devs say and yada yada yada, creator stuff, but also like whenever they literally do things that contradict that, I would rather I take into account the things that contradict it than what they say.
Yeah, like devs can lie. They can do that. Don't you know?
You really think that Resident Evil devs would go on the internet just to tell lies?
Do you really think devs would do that? Go on the internet and tell lies about their game?
On purpose.
On purpose.
It is I, the liar.
You think someone would do that? Just lie about things on the internet? Like some sort of liar?
I ain't calling you a truther.
You really think someone would do that? Just go on the internet and tell lies?
I love the meme potential of Arthur.
It's so good. Alright, now that I've done all the side questing stuff that I can potentially do for now, there's one important thing that must be done before I can continue on through making progress.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta go use the bathroom, so I'm gonna take a break real quick. I'm gonna pause. I will be right back. Alright?
Yeah.
Alright. Recording has
There's
unpaused.
stream still up?
Stream appears to be still up.
Let me check on my end before we get too far into it.
How's it looking?
Let me see.
Because it says no viewers.
Okay, yep. I'm looking. We're all good.
Okay, good.
Christ, there's a boomer around here.
I only just got the notification that you subbed.
Oh yeah, because I finally got the option to share it.
Yay! Christ, there's a boomer around here.
Yeah, the person who owns Twitch apparently, because he's a piece of shit.
I mean, yeah. Alright, now let's shoot a fucking missile at this thing.
Yeah.
Like, that's not a
Oh.
rocket, that is a missile.
But yeah, good luck with that. I'm gonna very carefully put on my lipstick so that it is nice and dry by the time it's, closer.
These kids are offering to steer a goddamn missile manually.
Children, am I right?
Children, you're going to die. I can't believe we're gonna watch children die in a Mario and Luigi game.
Didn't children die in Paper Mario Thousand Year Door?
Oh, a lot. A couple, but a lot of people also died in Super Paper Mario too.
Super Paper Mario is the Wii one, right?
Yep. The one that people say nasty things. Yeah, these children are dead. We just watched these children die. Oh my god! They just have fucking images in the sky. These children are dead! The kids are alright, right? I have no idea. We just watched these children fucking explode. What the fuck?
Damn, Nintendo, I didn't know you were playing like that.
In a Mario and Luigi game. Nintendo, what the fuck?
Where there's lines like Luigi logic.
In a game where we were making a joke of Luigi logic versus girl logic, now we just watched 4 children kill themselves on a suicide mission, steering a fucking missile manually. What the fuck?
And people say that Nintendo isn't edgy anymore.
Oh, wait. Okay, the kids are alive.
How?
Sand.
Sans Undertale?
No, sand. Sand Undertale.
That sounds uncomfy. They need to clean under there.
The sand under the tail. Yeah, that does sound pretty uncomfortable, actually, now that I think about it. Like, ugh. Like, if you think just getting sand in your ass cracked, heck, it sucks. Try having, like, having your tertiary cracks.
Yeah, like, the area that, like, where all 3 intersect, basically.
Oh, God. Okay, quick thing when it comes to, like, tail biology of all things.
Yeah.
When it comes to, you know, creatures or like bipeds, like characters with tails.
Yeah.
What's the way that you prefer that, like, the tail to come out of the body? Like above the butt, like somewhere in like the lower back heading straight out, or kind of angled down from there, or starting from lower on like above the glutes and angled down?
Well, it would be... Okay, so... You are aware of where your coccyx is, right?
Yes. I don't mean what you think they would be biology. What way, hey, that the tail comes out of a character do you prefer? Not which one is biologically likely. Which one do you like most?
Basically, I would say right above the ass in the area that I think that it would be on a person, kind of thing. Like, that I just think makes the most sense, and it would look the most correct. Wings, I think, are a little bit more fluid, even though, yes, I do agree that, like, upper back would make the most sense by your shoulder blades.
Yeah. But it also kind of depends on, like, the vibe you're going for. Like, if it's... The wings are more there for, like, aesthetic reasons, then I honestly prefer to have them, like... If they're there just for the aesthetics of them, one thing that I prefer is, like, the hip, like, coming out, like, behind the hips, that kind of thing. Like, they're not there for physical flying, they're there for the vibe of having wings.
Yeah. That's why I liked having my one tiefling character have itty bitty wings. Because I think I might be misremembering, but what's her face from Darkstalkers? Does she have?
Morgan.
Doesn't she have, like, lower back wing?
Yes.
Yeah. Like, I don't mind those sometimes.
Like, honestly, I really like those kinds of wings, because, like, when it comes to, like, just vibes, like, the wings aren't there to serve a functional purpose, they are there for an aesthetic purpose. That's my kind of vibe.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to, like, they're there for a physical reason, like, upper back, maybe a little... Upper back, like, shouldery areas, like, that's good, too.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, they're there for a physical purpose at that point.
Yeah, I also think that maybe mid-back would be fine for that, because Because maybe like center of mass or some shit whenever you're, you know, horizontal.
Yeah. Then again, if they have a tail, then then that center of mass is shifted.
Yeah, I'd have to figure that out.
Yeah, honestly, when it comes to, but back to the topic of tails, aesthetically for like a biped, I actually kind of, it all depends on it all depends on the vibe they're going for. 9 times out of 10, I do prefer it to just be like some are like above the glutes, but angled down, like it almost like it's starting at the lower back. Some it really depends, but that's my most preferred one. But any others is just like I'm fine with whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Well, for the most part, like there's something. I'm not gonna lie, there is something that I find just kind of weird about the feeling about the whole, like it coming like the bones, like the center mass of the tail coming out of the coccyx, because then it's just completely covering the whole ass.
I mean,
and I'm just thinking,
you know,
how does that feel when sitting?
not comfy.
Because like the coccyx is very low.
Yep.
Like you'd have to either be leaning forward all the time, or you'd need specially made chairs, or you'd just be on stools for the rest of your life.
Or do that fucking Captain America meme. You flip the chair around.
Yeah, or do the fucking Captain Reichert thing.
Yeah. So, you got detention. I still... one thing that I really do like about Homecoming was whenever the gym teacher was like, I know this guy is technically a war criminal now, but I don't know, we're still required to show these, so I don't know.
Yeah. God, I was thinking about Captain America earlier.
Yeah.
I was like, Civil War would have, like, the whole of the Civil War movie would have just been completely bypassed if Steve and Tony just sat down to talk for 5 minutes.
Yeah, I think it mainly came from, like, Steve trying to hide, like, information we knew about Bucky.
But at the very least, he wouldn't have to say that kind of thing. Just be like, I don't trust the Accords because while the Avengers probably do need someone to hold them accountable when they fuck up, there are things that they can't just stand around waiting for people to give them permission to do. Like, there's some stuff that legitimately only they can handle.
Yeah. But it's also like, they can't help people if they're constantly on the run from the government.
Exactly.
So it's like...
a 5-minute conversation between Steve and Tony would have fixed everything.
Yeah. And also, I think it's kind of funny how they were like, how Steve was like, she's just a kid in reference to Scarlet Witch, and then cut to the airport scene where he was kicking the shit out of Peter.
Yeah. Like, I don't know, the MCU could have been, like, after a while, could have been something really interesting. Like, could have been really good if you had the right people working on it. You don't need one person writing 7 movies.
Yeah. And also, one thing that bugs me is... I wish... what's it called? Dave Filoni wasn't, like, viewed as, like, the sole great mind of what made shows like The Clone Wars good, because while he's not like a super egotist about it, he isn't like he isn't perfect, and I think people have put him on a pedestal a little too much.
Like, yeah, like you need to remember that it's never just one guy working on the writing. It's always a team.
Mm-hmm.
And people tend to forget that. And they really, really shouldn't.
Mm-hmm. And like whenever people like, and then there's people who will take any shortcomings and blame someone who didn't work on it.
Yeah.
They blame Catherine Kenlin? Well, I don't even remember her last name. Catherine, whatever. And like, I don't know.
Blame her for who? Or blame her for what?
Name anything bad about anything to do with current Star Wars, they blame her instead of the people who were working on it.
Oh, Luigi!
Like, I think I even heard them like complaining about so in Book of Boba Fett, like the Vespa gang, which is based off of a real thing that was in London, and I thought that was really cool. That is like, hey, utilizing real world stuff into enhancing the story. And people were bitching about them and like how this one tiny scene that meant nothing overall. It was just cool visual of one of them doing like a little spin and then shooting his blaster, and blaming Catherine, whatever her last name is. And it just like, do people have lives? No.
No, they're Star Wars fans, of course not. Like, do you really expect Star Wars fans to have any sort of anything?
Nope.
Like, come on. Like, if anything, I'd like to see what someone who's genuinely doesn't care about Star Wars could do. Like,
yeah.
I genuinely want to know.
Yeah.
Like, give me a Star Wars show, or really just a Star Wars anything, created by someone who does not care.
Yeah. Like one thing.
Well,
like,
not so much doesn't care about Star Wars, doesn't care about what the fans say.
Yeah. Like, generally, I think Robert Rodriguez. There we go. My tongue is getting tied. Who directed the Book of Boba Fett? Like, he just was like, hey, I just want to I kind of want to give my own flavor to this, because people really liked my episode of The Mandalorian, so I'm gonna do what I do best.
Yeah. And suddenly, and all of a sudden, people are like, no, like, I hate
yeah.
No one hates Star Wars more than Star Wars fans, and no one hates Star Wars fans more than me.
You may think you do, but you do not. But yeah, it's just like one of those things. I'm just like, it's like, I want these directors who have their own distinct visions on what they work on to do what they do best.
Yeah.
Like, ignoring the stuff that basically Sam Raimi had to do to be required to connect to the rest of the MCU. I really like Multiverse of Madness. Like, I understand the complaints with the parts that where it's like, oh yeah, remember we're the MCU or whatever, and like just show the parts where it's just the story he wanted to tell. I quite liked it.
Yeah, like
I think it was proper fantastic, the directing that he did.
I will admit I did enjoy it. I did enjoy it for the most part as well. I don't think I can forgive him for what he did to Wanda. I'm sorry.
I think that might have been like something that was part of like the kind of mandated thing. It's like, okay, you have to include the Scarlet Witch as the antagonist of this.
Like, here's the thing. If it just stuck with the whole, it was supposed to be before WandaVision, I would have been fine with that. I would have been just happy with that.
Yeah, it's
but they didn't.
And for stuff like that, I definitely don't blame Sam Raimi for that, because I can guarantee he doesn't really he doesn't keep up with everything, the whole canon of it. He wanted to make a good movie.
Yeah. And here's the thing, the reason they had to, because Multiverse of Madness, again, was supposed to be shown off and done before WandaVision. The problem is, they had, due to delays and COVID, they had to delay WandaVision, they had to delay Multiverse of Madness, which put it after WandaVision.
Yeah.
Which isn't, you could have just delayed WandaVision then. You could have done that.
Yeah, but you see, we needed people to want to support the Disney Plus platform during the pandemic.
Suck my nuts. Suck my nuts, Disney execs.
But it's just like, it's... it is, it is what it is. Shit happens, and we move on.
Yeah, it doesn't mean I have to like it.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying that you have to. In the same way that I'm like, it's a thing that happened, but just like you need to just accept it, because they're not going to go back and change it.
I know, it's just... How could they do that to my girl?
I mean...
If she was called like the Scarlet Wizard or some shit and was a guy, for a fact they wouldn't have pulled that bullshit.
I don't know. All I know is, from me as someone who's been, aware of the comics and all that, I'm aware of like times whenever the Scarlet Witch has been a hero as much as she has been an antagonist.
Yeah, but there's just, it's the way they did it that I have the issues with. Like, they do this whole, they went through the whole rigmarole of being like, yeah, here she is, she's got her thing, like, we've told the story, like, this is the story that, we've told the story, this is how it's gonna be, and they do the thing, it's like, okay, here's her whole, like, you do the whole show of WandaVision. It's like, okay, she's worked through, like, she's gone through it, she's mourned, she's worked through it, she's going through, now, to try and be better in the future, because, what she did was incredibly fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And then Multiverse of Madness is like, lol, no.
I assumed the way that they were trying to negate like something like that is like how we see as like the end credit thing of WandaVision. She's starting to dabble in the Darkhold, and that kind of thing. Corrupt is, yeah.
But the thing is, again, originally, like, WandaVision was supposed to be after Multiverse of Madness. So I think they added that specifically because they had to delay Multiverse of Madness, because that's how they wanted to lead in. And the reason she was even messing with it to begin, because like it flows better if you put Multiverse of Madness before WandaVision. because like she freaks out. She has the thing. She has the Darkhold at the start of Multiverse of Madness. That happens. She leaves. She goes to properly mourn the loss of her family. She has her thing. She has her psychotic break that results in WandaVision. And then by the end, she's recovered. She's moving on, and the White Vision ghost guy is off doing his own thing. And that'll lead into the Vision show later. But for now, it just all flows better. And then by the end of WandaVision, she's mostly okay. She's recovering. She's doing her own thing. Everything, like, things are moving on into future endeavors.
Yeah.
And I don't know, it's just the idea of the fucking not just like the fucking shared universe of the MCU, and then they bring in multiverse stuff, and it's like, I've said it before, and I'm saying it again, the quickest way for you to lose people, for you to lose anyone's, like, actual attention, or just kill the stakes of anything, add a multiverse. Because that is basically you get throwing up your hands and giving up the ghost, saying nothing we do anymore matters at all.
Yeah, I don't know. I disagree with that statement, but I don't really have a good formulated argument against it at this moment. But it's just kind of more in the sense of, like, I want interesting stories, and that's honestly always been the main thing. And generally, like, that is a device that's been used to get pretty good stories. We've gotten the Spider-Verse movies, and those are pretty interesting stories. And I can't wait until we get the second half of the second story.
Yeah, like, that's those ones are great because they actually do it right. They actually do it in a way that's like they keep, like, it's not they're all different versions of the same character. They fill the same role in different universes, but they're all still different characters with their own unique things going on. They're still their own characters instead of, this is Peter Parker 15, that's Peter Parker 27, that's Peter Parker 196, because fuck you.
I mean, to be fair, whenever it comes to the first Spider-Verse movie, there is 2 Peter Parkers.
Yeah, I know, but but that's really only 2. The rest of them are pretty much completely separate individuals.
Also, one thing that always makes me laugh is whenever people are like, Spider-Verse tricked me into reading the Spider-Gwen books. Those suck. It's like, they kind of do. They're not very well written. Like, they're super interesting in terms of concepts, but they do kind of suck.
I mean, yeah, but you know. What do you expect? Shakespeare? It's a fucking comic book.
I think they were just, like, expecting, like, a similar interesting character, and they ended up getting a teenage girl character being written by a man.
Yeah, again, it's comic books. What the fuck were you expecting?
I mean, there's much better story he's involved with under similar circumstances. Like the Miss Marvel, a lot of the Miss Marvel runs with Kamala is actually very good.
Yeah.
But I think I just think that was kind of funny. Like, whenever people, like, bring that up in, like, a joking manner, because it's like, yeah, like, someone, except for the new Ultimate Universe Spider-Man, there needs to be a full redo on how they're handling the Spider People books. Because it's not working. And they just keep digging the grave deeper. And I'm like, stop, you're already at bedrock.
Yeah, it's like I don't know what they're gonna do after the new Ultimate Spider-Man run.
Because they're apparently ending it, even though it's selling well.
Yeah, it's like why? Like, not only is it selling well,
Probably
it's
something about.
I swear, if it's because the regular Spider-Man writers are like, how dare you hold us to standards that we don't want to meet?
I think it is something to do with like executives are mad about the fact that that's better than the normal one.
Like, oh wow, that people like the one, like the one that isn't the Peter Parker misery parade.
Yeah, it were like literally main universe Spider-Man is just like one tragedy after the next, and it's just like he can't change in any fucking meaningful way, or else he'll go back to status quo.
Like, it's not that hard. It really isn't.
Yeah, it's
I hate comic books.
yeah.
And I will leave that, and that means we're ending this recording part on that line. God, I hate comic books. Alright. And see you tomorrow, YouTube. Thank